Last week, Stephen Hawking of black hole fame passed away from ALS at 76. Today, I want to talk about whether or not Stephen Hawking was a feminist. Now, the internet went a little wild on both sides of this issue. Many people called Stephen Hawking a misogynist for his treatment of his first wife, about which there is a memoir by his ex-wife and a film that came out a couple years ago based on that memoir. Stephen Hawking has never denied that there was mistreatment or that the marriage went sour and that he had some responsibility for that. Another accusation leveled at him is his participation in strip clubs. Now, whether or not sex work is feminist or not is beyond the scope of this one video, so we'll set that aside for a minute. The other accusation, or the other reason some people think that Stephen Hawking should not be considered a feminist, is because he once said that women were a mystery. Now, one thing about Stephen Hawking is that speech was precious to him. Because of his disability, he had to use what little facial muscles he could control to work a computer to painstakingly spell out every word he wanted to say. So many of his comments do not have follow-up or explanation. So did Stephen Hawking mean women are a mystery because they're somehow less human? Or was he repeating something he thought was funny without thinking about it? It's hard to know. One of the last interviews he gave before he died addressed whether or not he was a feminist. It was with an interviewer who was very avowedly not a feminist, and he had the courage to say, yes, I am a feminist. And women's issues are not a matter of science, they are a matter of right and wrong. He also said that when he was on the board of Cambridge University, he voted that women be included, and he's never regretted that decision. So when the balances come back, is Stephen Hawking a feminist? And why does it matter? Well, first of all, I think it's important that any person of power use their platform to advocate for those that have less power. Stephen Hawking did this in his advocacy for LGBTQ rights and for his advocacy of the poor. As far as women, we've gone over his record, and maybe he could have done more, but I think that we should believe people when they say that they're a feminist. I think that assertion can be one that it takes some courage to make, and that we as a movement need to include everyone who wants to be part of it, whether or not they're perfect. I think we're all just trying.